You know, I really like tea. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, and welcome to a video today where I tell you all the story of how I bested a McDonald's Karen. And I'm sure you all are very, very much wanting to hear it, so without any further ado, let me begin. So this all happened, I don't know, I'm going to say probably summer before last, so maybe a year ago, a little over a bit of a year, maybe a year and a quarter. I went down to McDonald's. Now, I don't know how the McDonald's is in your guys' town, but in mine, we get receipts whenever we buy something. On the top of the receipts, there's a little message on there that says, hey, if you go to our website and you fill out a survey and let us know how your visit was, we'll give you a code that you can write on here and bring in, and then you can give us your receipt with the code written on it and get a free ice cream cone. So I write down, a code on the receipt, and I take it to McDonald's to get my free ice cream cone. And I go through the drive-thru and I order an ice cream cone, and when I get to the window, I give the girl at the register the receipt, like you do. And something important to add here is I've been doing this for years, right? I've been doing this since basically ever since I could drive, so since I was 16. So I've been doing this for a good 5 or 6 years. And yet, this particular time I go there, I give the girl the receipt, she looks at it and she looks at the code. And then she turns to me and says that that's not a real code. That's not a legitimate code to get the ice cream with, so she can't give me my ice cream code. And so I just say, oh, okay, never mind, and I leave, right? And I didn't try to argue with her because, she could be right. Maybe it's not a legitimate code. I don't have any way to argue with her. I don't have any proof that it's legitimate. So what I do is I go home and I get a different receipt because I had several receipts. I've been saving them up. And I get a second receipt and I go online and I fill out the survey and I get a code and I write it down the receipt. But this time, guys, I take a picture of the computer screen showing the code, right? And I still have that picture this day. I'm going to put it up on screen for you all. So now you can see it, right? So I go back down to this McDonald's about a week later and I go through the drive-thru and I order an ice cream cone and I get to the window and it's this exact same girl, all right? And something important, I didn't really describe this girl very well, so you gotta understand something about this girl. She's your typical blonde out of a bottle, chewing gum, braces, high school Karen, you know what I mean? One of those girls who's really thinks she's hot stuff, even though she works in a McDonald's. And usually those kinds are just pretty goofy and harmless, but this one was just a little bit of a menace. So anyway, I go through the second time, I hand her the receipt, and once again she looks at it and tells me that the code isn't legitimate, right? But this time I pull out my phone, and I say to her, actually, it is legitimate. I took a picture of it here, and I hand her the phone, and show her the picture. And she hands it back to me, and she says, well, that's weird. It's not, and her voice just trails off, and so she goes in the back, and she gets the manager, so the manager can show her how to type in the promo on the register. So she types it in, she gives me my new receipt, and I go and get my ice cream cone. And funny enough, that's actually the last time I ever saw this girl. Now, I'm not going to say that the turnover rate in the fast food industry isn't high, because it is. But yeah, that's probably why. She probably just quit or something. So yeah, I never saw her again. I kind of wonder what she's doing now. She's probably in, what would she be doing now? She's probably at Taco Bell now. Probably got an upgrade. Anyway, guys, yeah, that's my story of how I bested a McDonald's Karen and got my free vanilla ice cream cone. I hope you all enjoyed the video. If you did, please do leave me a like. And yeah, let me know if you want to hear more stories like this one, because I'll be glad to make those videos. Till next time, I've been your host, Kes Gaming, and I will see you all at the top.
No, I'm not sitting around just waiting.